Hey guys, Prince of Macedon here. I'm going to do a post-commentary video for Medieval 2 Total War. It's the Mongols versus the Moors, so M&M. And yeah, people wanted to see me do a siege battle, and so I'm going to do a siege battle for you guys. My opponent's name is Gigidasha, and this is a 10,000 florin each battle. We both have 10,000 florins. I'm the Mongols here. So I have 6 dismounted heavy lancers, I think 4 light lancers, a trebuchet unit right here. I have one of them. There, I breached a hole in the guy's wall. I already showed you guys. I have 3 Mongol foot archers. They're in the back over here. And 2 Napatoons. Those are foot units that carry explosives. Then I have 4 units of Mongol horse archers, and they're on both wings. I put 2 per wing. And I went for a fancy army here. Like, it wasn't really an ideal army for a siege. I wanted to go for a fancy kill here. And my opponent's army, well, we'll show you in a second. Yeah, but I have ladders on both sides here. I want to come in from both sides. You know, just divide his attention. But yeah, you can see my opponent's army. He's a lot of urban militia, a lot of sword units. He's got, I think, 2 bodyguard cav units. He's got some hashishim. A lot of Sudanese tribesmen. He has 2 units of dismounted cushion guard. And you can see he's positioning his troops behind the buildings to avoid my artillery fire. There, I opened a second hole in the opponent's wall. And it should be said that my Mongol foot units, they don't really have swords, per se. They're mainly spear units. And my opponent's marching his guys up. He has a lot of peasant crossbowmen as well. And this battle is going to be highly condensed. The actual battle was, I don't know, over an hour probably. And that's because I was letting my trebuchets shoot all their ammunition before I went in. But, see those peasant crossbowmen? He's just going to keep shooting at my guys the entire battle. It's going to lead to most of my casualties. But, yeah, I'm just going to march these guys up on top of this wall here. And I just want to take those towers on the... Not his middle gate, but the other towers around his town. And maybe invite his guys to come out. If they came out, I could have, you know, attacked them from all sides. But he's going to push his troops inward, because at the same time I'm also using my trebuchets. I'm moving them in position.
Raise the ladders!
So putting my ladders there was more psychological than anything else. But I'm also moving up my troops to go through those breaches in the enemy's wall. I'm moving these guys up too to take that wall. And I'm taking this position, that part of the wall, because he has no troops over there. Not in the immediate area anyways. They are in the area, but not the immediate area. So I'm going to rush these guys through these gaps. And just make sure he doesn't, you know, fortify those openings. He stole this peasant crossbowman and they're just destroying me. I wanted to keep my archers in the back. I wanted to save them for later. And here I'm repositioning my trebuchets. And what I want to do is get some flaming shots on his foot units, because they're nice and concentrated. Like, a lot of his guys are hiding my buildings, but some of them aren't. So the ones that aren't are getting my targets. So I'm taking this wall too. But again, yeah, I'm going to cut out lots of pieces of this video out, and I'll just try to summarize what happens in the pieces I cut out. But it's really my trebuchet getting into position and firing that takes up most of the time. So I'm going to do a lot of cuts with my trebuchets. That's me moving my trebuchets again. And you can see him moving a lot of his infantry back. He doesn't want to get hit by my artillery. So he's careful. He's very weary of what I'm doing. If you look at the balance bar, I started off the battle, you know, very behind on the balance bar. And this is the start of my bombardment on his soft targets right there, his foot soldiers. And those peasant crossbowmen have some really serious range. I'm getting hit from those peasants, and I'm taking lots of casualties for it too. But I just wanted to endure it so that later on I could push up my archers and do the same to him. Those guys are getting hacked right there. Already lost one guy, and he's still shooting my dudes. Yeah, you can see the actual length of the battle on the top left. See the timer? It's 28,848. That is quite a long time when you convert it into regular minutes. So here I got one shot on his peasant crossbowman there with my artillery. I got lucky. I didn't get to show it, but I did hit them. Here I'm moving up these light lancers and heavy lancers this way. I saw that he only had Sudanese tribesmen, and he does have a an urban militia unit there. I thought my guys were strong enough to take him, so I was ready to pick a fight with him. There's my artillery missing. So throughout, you know, the opening stages of battle, I was repositioning my artillery like constantly, trying to get the best angle on his men. So I'm making my way towards that main gate right there. I was thinking I could let my horse archers on that side get in through to his gate and just, you know, cause some kind of confusion. Yeah, I see his guys right there. And, you know, I thought I could take him. So he moved up his urban militia on this side. I see him right there. And the Sudanese tribesmen, I was definitely not really afraid of them. I should have been worried, though, because his guys are primarily sword units for the most part. My guys are, as I said, spear units. So sword typically beats spear in this game. Like, this isn't your long spears, these are your really short spears. So here's a fight on his gate on this side. It's kind of confusing there. And that's regular time there, that's not fast forward at all. But here comes this Hashashim. These guys are elite. There's only 45 in that unit. That's all they have on this scale. But they were extremely elite.
Time is running away like a startled horse.
So you can see me withdrawing some of my guys on the other side. I was actually charging at his Sudanese. I was trying to take out his Sudanese before his Hashashim got up there. But he's going to give chase. And at this point, I kind of wrote my guys off on this side. Because they can't escape anymore. So for them, I'm just going to let them fight. I did bring up my... No, I don't. I thought I brought my horse archers to help. I figured, you know, they're going to miss anyways for the most part. So I'm just going to lose those two units. One was a light lancer, the other was a heavy lancer. Both foot units. So I was like, oh well. So that was a pretty big miscalculation right there. But I was trying to cut my losses. And I withdrew these guys. I had one unit on that wall, but then he beat them. And I moved my trebuchets to attack those guys, but he moved away. So now I'm targeting his these guys again. And you can see that my my heavy lancers are now retreating. So this side of the battle was lost.
Our siege towers have reached the walls. Now our warriors can mark their swords with the
And there's
blood
my
of our
artillery shooting his buildings again. And again, I'm not targeting his buildings, I'm targeting his infantry, but he keeps missing. Yeah, like, the non-flaming round's more accurate, but it doesn't do much damage. So I wanted to take my chance with the flaming round, because when that hits, it hits really hard. So this is him repositioning his men. You can see there's a time elapse there. And I breached a hole there too, and I took out some of his guys because they were chilling by the wall. But he withdrew them in time, so he minimized the losses there. And those guys are just taking fire. They're taking cover from my artillery. Oh, trebuchets. That's them just reloading and firing and missing. And during this time, I just changed my ammunition type. I was doing the flaming round. I was repositioning again, and I even started using the cow carcass, the rotting carcass. This is me still using the flaming round, but I start using the other rounds again too, including the cow. It was quite a moving experience, to be honest. Right there, that's a flying carcass round. See it? it affected one unit right there. It made them really sick of standing there. See that blinking green. With the carcass round, you only get a few rounds of that shot, and then you run out of cows. I guess the rest were made for burgers, I guess. That's where you go into the flaming rounds, and then I believe I switched to the non-flaming round eventually here. Oh yeah, this video will lag just a little bit at some points, and that's because the battle was so freaking long. So with fraps being so big, it'll lag at some points. Yeah, there's the non-flaming round. That one got some hits there. So this is me. I'm moving my guys back over here. I decided to, you know, I'm not going to win fighting these guys on both sides. I'm just going to concentrate all my efforts into one area and hope my archers and Nafatoons can turn the tide. And here, my opponent's concentrated the bulk of his troops. I've already lost so many guys from his crossbows and my failed attempts at the walls. You guys saw those failed attempts earlier, where I tried to scale the walls and his guys just beat my guys back. So I'm going to concentrate all my efforts. So yeah, I didn't really bring this this great siege army. So here's him. He's launching a blitz, and I'm rushing up. At this point, I'm trying to rush up my archers and my Nafatoons. I want to get these guys while they're concentrated here. So I'm going to keep my guys right here just to hold them in place. So you can see my archers are finally making their presence known. And I'm leaving these guys here to hold these guys back. Yeah, 1-on-1, his guys are going to destroy my guys. So that's my only hope, is to hold them back and let my archers and Nafatoons do the trick. And here I made a mistake with my Nafatoons, see them? They came right through the wall and they went back. That's because I had them on skirmish mode. And there goes my commander. So when these guys do start firing, they do take a heavy toll on the enemy. It's just I had them on skirmish mode. I was kind of upset by that. So look at the damage that they do cause. It's pretty widespread. I think at the end that unit gets 93 kills just from these few rounds of Nafatoon volleys. And my archers are getting some pretty good shots while they're concentrated. And we're just trying to keep his guys behind the wall. And the rest of my guys are still on skirmish. So the idea here is just to lure them out now. But if you look at the balance bar, I already lost too many guys. This is just me trying to not make it look so one-sided, but this battle was very one-sided. He completely destroyed me in this battle. And I think it's not really a spoiler, but you can tell at this point that it's not really winnable anymore. And it was quite tough to begin with that kind of army. I should just use it like a rush army. And probably not the Mongols, because even their elite melee units aren't really that great at fighting sword units. It's not really the Mongol specialty. So here's him, destroy my guys outside the walls. I'm still going to make an effort here to do some damage to his troops. And yeah, there's going to be some lag. It's going to be like intermittent. But you can tell there's still a good amount of battle left in this fight. So don't turn away. But the Moors are coming. And you see my guys are in full retreat. And I got my guys trying to do some damage. You know, wherever possible. A lot of my, like some of my horse archers are out of ammunition at this point. So here come his guys. These guys are definitely out of ammo. You can see their swords are drawn. And I'm just going to pull them out before they get charged by those Christian guards. This is one of my lancers that completely routed. They're routing the wrong way. So just some, just a lot of chaos here. If you're a Mongol. But the Moors are having a field day right now. Those urban militia are just chasing my guys. So I'm gonna stand back and take some shots on them. There, my archers killed like 2 guys. Fire! Fire! So I see 3 units right there. They're not very elite, so I'm gonna turn back and just clobber them from all sides.
We have lost half our warriors.
And that's a charge for my horse archers. Not the greatest for charging, but it'll get the job done here. See this? I break these units over here. And most of his main body of Moors are chasing, you know, those guys that are rowdy right now. So I see this opening here. See, that's where most of the Moorish army is. It's all spread out chasing my guys. But, yeah, those guys are pretty much toast. But now, I see kind of an opening, and this is my only chance. It's a very slim chance, so I'm going to take these horse archers and rush back here. Since I took out those units, I see this breach right here is being held by just peasant crossbows, so I'm going to try to make a breach here and go for his town square. But I know he has troops nearby, so this is really just, it's kind of a farce, really. See, his town square is empty, but he still has troops nearby. See it right there? But this is the only possible hope that I could possibly have. It's like a 1% chance of winning. Probably less than that. But I'm gonna try it anyways. See, when you're losing, you gotta pick at straws. You gotta hope for the best. Otherwise, you're definitely lost. But yeah, here I am just trying to bat through this breach here. So they are starting to break. He probably could have pulled those urban militia from the other breach over. But if he did that, I could have came in the other way too, so either way I was going to get through those breaches. Look at those Christian guards. So here we are. We're going to crash through, take out some routing Moors in the process. And I got some dismounted heavy lancers at 32. I was going to use them to hold the streets, just to slow them down. So I got 1 unit into his town square. But I can't really hold it with what I have. It's just the fact that I'm trying. And I think you should always try regardless of the situation. I'm not sure what happened there, they just kept moving. Oh well. But yeah, he has troops coming from this way too, so there's like no way I could hold him for 2 minutes and 35 seconds from reaching that town square.
Our men no longer command the city.
See? I think one of his routing units just stepped on it. So I'm rushing my guys up here too. But yeah, yeah, people want to see a siege battle, and I honestly don't like Rome 2's or Shogun's siege feature. I prefer these classics like Medieval 2 or Rome 1. That's the way the siege battle should have been, I think.
They have only half their men left.
And also, I think Rome 2 definitely needs a free-for-all setting. Anyways, I got the timer going again, but you can see troops are coming from the other side of the square there, the town square, that other alley. So this is just really, it's just to show that I'm not giving up. But yeah, what can I possibly do with horse archers who have no ammunition? I could charge them, but that's really about it.
We have lost control of the city.
We have lost control. More horse archers in. Yeah, Mongols are brave. We're gonna fight. I got these guys too. I'm just gonna run into these guys as they're running to the town square, trying to get some cheap kills there, because he doesn't know that I have archers back there, horse archers. So he still has his back turned to me with those guys. But he owns the town square again. No contest. I mean, there was a contest, but it didn't last too long. And yeah, in case you're wondering, yeah, people always ask this. I always answer too, but yeah, my favorite factions in medieval times, and it's always going to correspond to my historical interest. So I love the Byzantines, I love the Mongols, and the Teutonic Order. That's the same with like Rome 1, Rome 2. My favorite faction has always been Macedon. It's always been my favorite my favorite faction ever since I was, I think, sometime in grade school. 6th, 7th, or 8th grade, I've always been a huge fan of Alexander the Great and the ancient Macedonians. And for me, it didn't matter how good they were or how bad they were in the games. I've just always loved Macedon, and therefore my favorite faction for Rome and Rome 2, Macedon. For Medieval 2, definitely the Byzantines and Mongols and the Teutonic Order. For Napoleon, definitely the French. Yeah, my interest is, it's always going to be entwined with my historical interests. Those guys are cheering. They have saved their kingdom from the Mongol threat. I'm still going to try to fight to the last man, though. I've got 2 units left of Mongol foot archers here. So they're holding their own against some urban militia, but they're in a melee fight. I told them to stop running. I wanted to buy some time for those other archers coming in from the other side. You can see them running in the back. Fight, Mongols, fight! Anyways, I enjoyed my opponent. At the beginning, he said he was a big fan of my videos. I was very flattered. I'm always flattered when people watch my crappy videos. So yeah, I have 22 men left here. You know how they have 47 Ronin? Well, I have 20. Well, no, I have 22 Mongols. We're about to go bye-bye. Oh no! But yeah, good game to my opponent. Gigidasha. I'll let you see the casualties here. It's pretty horrendous. Clear defeat. See that? He destroyed me there. See all those guys he captured too? That's a lot. And here are the individual stats here. My guys didn't do so well. One of my horse archers did okay. And yeah, for the most part my guys didn't do so well. But I enjoyed the battle though. It was very fun.